Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So awesome Star Wars stuff coming out of D23 this weekend. There's stuff from The Force Awakens, there's stuff from Rogue One, the first spin-off movie, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff about the theme park. So I'm going to start with this really awesome quote from J.J. Abrams about Gwendolyn Christie. Even though there wasn't new footage, this is one of my most fun things that I heard about the movie this weekend. So J.J. Abrams said, "I can only say this about Gwendolyn Christie. She's my favorite. She killed it." You think, well, what? It's wearing a costume. But it's a lot to wear, and to have a performance when you're wearing that requires a different kind of skill set and an additional talent, and she's got it. He's talking about Gwendolyn Christie acting with all that gear on, her Chrome Trooper gear. It's an incredible thing to work with her. I'm glad that a character has been designed that is as visually stunning as that is, because she deserves it, and the fans do too. When I first saw that design, my mind was blown because it looked so undeniable. So you can take a lot of things from that, mostly him hyping Gwendolyn Christie up, Brienne of Tarth in space. All the new cast looks great, but of all the villains so far, Gwendolyn Christie looks like one of the best. And I'm saying villain in a very general way. We know she's going to be with the New Order. That's what they're calling the Empire in the new trilogy. That doesn't mean that she's going to be straight up evil, but as far as we know, she's playing for Team Darkseid. When I think of her character, I think of that speech that Galadriel had during Lord of the Rings when she was talking to Frodo, when he offered her the ring and she was like, "Please don't offer that to me. I'd be this beautiful, terrible queen. All would love me in despair." As if like the awesome force radiating from her Chrome Trooper gear was going to be killing you, but you couldn't stop loving her at the same time. Just one of the many, many things to get hyped about. The other big villain reveal is Donald Gleason's character. He's kind of playing the Grand Moff Tarkin of the new film trilogy, like the military commander that's in charge. The only thing we know about his name is that it's General Hux. We don't know his full name. He's a great actor, so I'm really excited, but the funny thing about it is that he's mostly known for playing small indie, quirky roles, so it's really funny to see him play this towering villain character. So Chrome Trooper hype aside, the next big reveal, or really like the biggest reveal in my mind, is that Finn is holding a lightsaber in this one sheet. Now this isn't going to be the official poster for the movie, this is just a limited edition that they released at the convention. So only 8 or 10,000 people got this. But it's legit, and a lot of people are actually saying that he's holding Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber. Now, I don't know if that's true, you can't see the full hilt. I think the reason people are saying that it's Anakin's is just because of the color of the blade. Now, if you remember way back in the trailer, there is this shot of someone passing a lightsaber to someone else. It looks like someone's giving it to Leia. So I think the movie's going to invoke a lot of Skywalker artifacts. I don't know if any of the new characters will be wielding classic characters' lightsabers. I think they just want you to think that and wonder. Speaking of which, J.J. Abrams also clarified a little bit about what's going on with the names. So we know Finn and we know Rey, two of the big protagonists along with Oscar Isaac's character. They're kind of like the new Han, Luke, and Leia, albeit, not carbon copies. They're kind of playing with a lot of the conventions of the classic characters. But there's a big reason why we know Oscar Isaac's full name, but we don't know the full names or the last names for Finn and Rey. J.J. Abrams is like, just not quite ready to reveal those yet. Most people think that that's because they're related to the classic characters. Like there are children of Skywalkers in this movie. There was another new image here too of Daisy Ridley's character getting BB-8 from another scavenger. It was revealed that this character's name is Tito, and it's being played by Kieran Shaw. He played an Ewok way back in episode 6. So it's just another big actor that they're bringing back in an interesting way. Warwick Davis is also involved with the production though. They haven't announced who Warwick is playing though, but he was one of the other Ewoks on episode 6. There's even like a funny BTS video that they filmed whenever they were doing the original trilogy with him walking around the set in his Ewok gear. But as for new footage, it's probably going to be October, November before we see another big trailer. J.J. Abrams said it'd be in the fall, so I'm expecting October, like late October. Once we get within about a month or two of the film, they'll really start rolling out a bunch of footage. I think they almost posted like half of Avengers Age of Ultron before that movie came out in like the month preceding. Moving on to Rogue One, so they talked a lot about the spinoff. They released a teaser image with the main cast, the biggest being Felicity Jones, Mads Mikkelsen, Forrest Whitaker, and Alan Tudyk from Firefly and many other sci-fi things is doing a motion capture role, so his face won't appear, but his voice will. Rogue One is the story of the Rebels' mission to steal the plans for the original Death Star. If you remember at the beginning of episode 4, Darth Vader's Star Destroyer is chasing down Princess Leia's Corellian Corvette because he thinks she has the plans. So Rogue One takes place before that. Just to give you an idea for the vibe of the movie, it feels like it's going to be a little bit Ocean's 11, a little bit Dirty Dozen, a little bit Fast and Furious. Like a Star Wars Fast and Furious movie about them stealing the plans for the Death Star from the Empire. So if that doesn't get you excited, just go re-watch some of your big favorite heist movies. It's going to be super high energy, super awesome heist. The only real weird thing that they said about the spin-off movies is that instead of calling them anthology movies, they're calling them Star Wars stories now. It seems kind of weird, but whatever. I mean, the movies will be great. That's all I care about. Right now, Rogue One is scheduled for December 16th of 2016, so about a year after Episode 7. The deal is they want to release a new Star Wars movie every single year. So every 2 years, we'll get one of the main films like Episodes 7, 8, 9, and then in between those, we'll get the spin-off movies. They did confirm there is a Han Solo movie. He would be in his 20s. We're not going to see like a child Han Solo. They're not going to do that prequel Anakin thing. And they're not going to be doing a lot of Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford might be part of it. He might have a cameo, but he's not going to be the star of that film. Remember, as much as they're invoking the classic cast, really, like this new Star Wars franchise at Disney is all about introducing new actors, so it's going to be focusing on all of the new characters the most. There was a leaked image of Luke Skywalker in full Jedi robes. I'm not going to post it here because it was definitely a leak and definitely something that Lucasfilm would get really pissed about. But if you've seen any of the fan art, he looks just like that. It's just his robes were white. That was really the only thing of note. The other big thing is the Star Wars land, like the theme parks that they're building, the one in Anaheim and the one in Orlando. They're not breaking ground on those till 2017. And when I say break ground, like literally sticking a shovel in the ground. So they're probably not going to finish them till 2018. So we'll have already seen Episode 8 by the time we can go visit these places and blow all our money there. They did release a ton of concept art though, and it looks really awesome. I cannot wait to blow all my money. You guys can let me know though, what do you think about all this Rogue One Episode 7 news? What do you think about John Boyega with the lightsaber? Do you think that he's actually going to get to wield like one of the classic characters' lightsabers, or if it'll be something new? You have to remember that Kylo Ren's character looks like he built his own lightsaber, so it's not like there are a bunch of lightsabers just lying around for people to use. So I do like the idea of them passing down more artifacts, like even Luke Skywalker took a while before he could build his own lightsaber. So John Boyega is going to start the path to becoming a Jedi in Episode 7. He's probably going to be using someone else's lightsaber when he first starts. So what's going to happen is I'm going to post my next Game of Thrones bonus video for this week. I think I said I was going to do the Horn of Winter, so that's probably what it's going to be about. Be sure to subscribe to get that. Hopefully I'll be able to finish that by later tonight. If I don't, then I'll just roll it into tomorrow morning. If there isn't any other like really crazy news from Monday, what I'll probably do in addition to my Game of Thrones bonus video that I usually do is I'll do a Q&A for all the Marvel stuff that happened this weekend. I'll do like a Civil War Q&A for all the Marvel stuff and Doctor Strange. So much awesome stuff to go crazy about. While you guys wait for me to finish those videos, you can click here for my breakdown of the Civil War footage, like the actual Civil War footage they showed off. And you can click here for a breakdown of all the Doctor Strange stuff that they showed off. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.